On this episode, we'll be covering Would You Let Your Friend Date Your Ex? An introduction to the love triangle between Lena Dunham, Jack Antonoff, and Lorde. And does jealousy automatically equal toxicity? Let's find out. Hello?
Hello?
Oh my god, where have you been? I have to tell you something.
Girl, bring it. I'm ready.
Welcome to the Call Me Later podcast, where we will cover the personal, the popular, and the peculiar. I'm Loretta Rolonge.
And I'm Annie Steinberg. And you've now been dialed into our weekly call about relationships and dating,
Pop culture and lifestyle,
and friendship and community in the city of Medellin.
No, you need to call me later. Hello? No, pero llámame ya. Hey, call me later.
The answer is no. I would not let my ex date my friend. Would you, Loretta?
Okay. I think it depends. So I'm going to put my exes into categories.
Let's bring it.
So there is Zephron, Reese, Ade.
Are we using real names again?
Yeah.
Our lawyer bill, Loretta's gonna be... Fuck! Okay, continue.
Okay. So Zephron, Reese, Ade, Dupe, Annie, Matt, Oliver, James.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to bring up my last ex because you could not even ever date him. I would kill you.
Okay,
So
he's out of bounds entirely.
Yeah, of course. So if someone came to me and they said, oh, okay, so I really want to date Matthew, shout out for paying for my Audible, babe, love you. But if they were like, oh, I want to date Matthew, then honestly, fine. Him and I dated for a year. You know, it was amicable. He broke up with me, but we stayed friends.
Does he still pay for your Audible?
Everything's cool. Of course he does. Of course he does.
What if he
Of
stops?
course. No.
Like, that's not okay.
No.
That's not okay. You can
You
can
can't
date
stop,
him,
and then
but
you can't date
take
him.
away. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But if someone came and they said, oh, I really want to date Ade, that's also fine, Annie. If you came and you're like, oh, I really want to date Ade, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You and I are no longer friends, though. Like, ever in a million years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, go and live your life, but you're out of mind.
Yeah.
Entirely. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. And because I had such a tumultuous relationship with Ade, he was the one who at 15 was like, not only did I cheat on you, but I'm leaving you to be with her. That was him.
Mm-hmm.
And he did so many other worse things to me. And so that if you know this as my friend and then you went out and still dated him, cool. You and I are not friends. Like, that's absolutely, listen, no pasa nada. We're not friends.
Yes.
That's really not an issue. Whereas if you came and you were like, oh, I forgot about Reeve. Oh, I really want to date Reeve. Babe, I'm going to be the bridesmaid at your wedding. Because Reeve is great.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
And so for me, I think it depends on how the person treated me in the relationship and what we are like now.
True. That's true.
What do you think?
I think my initial reaction was no, obviously. I think you've given me a little bit of food for thought here. There's one boyfriend who I adored with heart and soul as a human more than as a romantic partner, if that makes sense. Up to this day, like, what remains is all the love. I would go to his wedding with somebody else. I don't know if I would go to his wedding with one of my friends. I feel like that would be a little hard for me, to be perfectly honest. Some other exes.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, like, I want him, like, I'm excited for him to be happy, but with one of my friends, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's shitty.
Too happy.
Exactly. Not entirely. Other exes were like, if somebody would be like, oh, I want to date Diego, for example. Oh my, I did it. I said a real name.
My toxicity spreading.
Oh my God. No, I'd be like, girl, I mean, there's better things for you to do with your life, but like, good luck. I think he was one of the most boring boyfriends, if anything. So yeah, so I think like in that case, I wouldn't care too much. However, I had like, like the one ex-boyfriend that was the love of my life at that life, the love of that life. I'm going to call him Mohammed. I will save his identity a little bit. I think Mohammed is like
we respect that.
Yeah, a stepping name for him. And so he essentially, the Mohammed might be a little bit of a giveaway of the fact that he was Muslim. And so he had never celebrated Christmas. He started like learning and enjoying Christmas with me because I love Christmas. I go all out with Christmas. I adore it. Not even as a religious thing. I love the excuse for gifts 100% partying. So it's amazing. And so I had told him everything about it, and I had like really brought this idea to him. We had several breakups throughout our relationship, but at one point we broke up, let's say December 14th, something like that. It was like early December, and I traveled back to Colombia. This all happened in Canada, and he stayed. I actually left for like a month and a half or 2 months, and he decided to spread the joy of Christmas to all of my friends that were kind of chummy with him, right? So
this better be a literal and not a metaphor.
No. It wasn't. He was such a good guy. And so what he did is that he actually went out and he bought presents for my friends, including Miguel, real name, not censoring his name because Miguel would never sue me. I love him. We've allegedly committed crimes for each other. But no, like that man, I fucking love him. And so Miguel is one of my gay friends. He got a gift also, right? And he immediately called me and he was like, Aniki, Mohammed gave me a gift. I don't know if he did this because he's trying to get you to like hear about him again. Like he wants us to like talk about it. Like he told me everything about it. And I was like, no, I think he went too far with the idea of Christmas. I think he thinks he has to give gifts to everyone. You know, I was like,
everybody.
He's a little
so sweet.
Out of control. Yeah. And so all of this was happening, but I was like, I need to not reach out to him. I need to like not contact him because I knew we had to break up. I come back and I had like, you know, my office, which I worked at the university where like all of us had gone to. And so one of these girls that were friends with me and that used to call us Mama Ana and Papa Mohammed, because like we were like the parents sort of thing, comes to my fucking office, this bitch, and she's like, I need to have a conversation with you. And I was like, okay, this is like a girl that, because like she was a Latin girl, and when like new Latin people would come into the university, it was very common that like the older generations would kind of like take them in a little bit. You show them around. It was like they were like baby cousins sort of thing. So she comes into the office. Yeah, you would think. And so she comes in. And she says that she has to talk to me, whatever. And so she's like, listen, Mohammed got me a gift for Christmas. I really think that he's in love with me. Would you mind if we dated? And I was like, Loretta. Loretta. And I was like, well, maybe he is in love with her. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the context of it. Like, I don't know what happened in this last, like, month and a half that I've been gone. But I was like, I mean, yeah. I was like, yeah, you can... I mean, go for it. You can date him. I guess he's a free man. But I was like, fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck your grandmother. I could not believe she would have the nerve to ask me that. And like, because she was like, I would never do anything that would upset you. And I was like, you literally are. Like, how do you not know me enough to know that coming to ask me this of like the man that I love, you know, like, and up to this point, like, I mean, that was like, again, one of the breakups, not even like the final one. Everybody knew that we had a complicated relationship because of like the religious factor. And you know how much we like, you know that a breakup didn't mean a breakup between us. And the fact that she came to say that to me, I was like, oh, you're dead to me, essentially. Like, she said that.
Fair enough.
To her face, I was like, yeah, I mean, he's a free man. Like, do whatever you want. But even going out of your way, like even asking me, coming into my office, all of it, I was like, this is done. Like, you're done to me. Like, this is over. I ended up running into him later in the day, and I was like, yeah, I heard that you were like fucking Santa Claus out here getting bitches through your gifts. You know, I was so mad at him.
No, I'd be pissed.
So pissed off. And he was like, no, what do you, like, yeah. At first he was very like, yeah, I tried. Like, you know, like, I thought it was very beautiful, everything you taught me about Christmas. And I was like, stop it. Not everybody needs gifts. Like, what are you doing with this? And so he was like a little confused that I was upset about it because he thought I was going to be very like proud of his like Christmassy ways. And then we ended up talking, and I told him, I was like, no, actually, so-and-so came to my office and she asked me for like, and he was like, what the fuck? And he was like, absolutely not. Like, he was like, no, she's like one of our daughters. And I was like, none of these bitches are our daughters. Like, you have to understand. Like, this is not how it works. And no.
Okay, but question. Do you think that you had a bit more respect for her because she asked you?
No.
Okay, because let me put it this way. I had a friend. She was my childhood friend. I had known her since I was either 8 or 9 years old. Her name was Liliana dos Santos.
Okay.
And I had to do full name because what she did was so
full government name. Fuck.
Yeah. And then I had dated this guy when I was 15 to 17, and then again from 19 to 20.
Okay.
And she knew that I had dated him. She knew this. We had a terrible breakup. He left me for Mervia. He did some other really horrible things to me. She was then like, oh, okay, I'm still going to go ahead and date him anyway. And she was there fucking him.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then she did not tell me. I then dated him again like a fool but I didn't know that they were together.
Oh my God.
I then dated him again, and he was just like, oh yeah, I used to fuck your childhood friend. That's how he told me. right? And so the disrespect I found was that if she had come and told me, I think I would have had the same rule. Cool, you go. And to be honest, she was a very lonely woman. You know,
Okay.
her mum didn't care about her dad didn't care about her, and
Uh-huh.
she looked for love in literally the scrap. Like, for you to have slept with Ade, I have been at rock bottom. So
Oh
for
my
you
God.
to
Yeah.
have slept with Ade, I know you must have been going through it.
In the depths of
You must have been
hell.
going through hell. Honestly, no, you were 3 feet under hell to
Oh
have been sleeping with him.
shit.
I don't know. And she never spoke, she never told me, but he told her. He was like, oh yeah, I told Loretta, by the way. And so she was just, to this day, she's just been terrified of me. And I was like, I actually don't feel like I feel that upset with you, because for me, it's cool. Our friendship is over. Whereas like my friend had, my ex-friend, we're not friends anymore, she dated a guy and she found him kind of boring. I used to call him Boring Ben, literally,
Oh
to her
my
face
God.
and to his face. No, he was so
To
dull.
his face?
I used to call, of course I did. No, because
Okay.
you have to know. You have other traits, babe.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
interesting's not one of them.
But you're a boring motherfucker. Yeah, okay.
He was so dull. They dated for a couple of months and then they broke up. And how they actually met was their mutual friend said, oh, Boring Ben likes you, babe. You should date him.
Okay.
She was like, okay, let me date him.
I'm down to be
They
bored
break
for a
up, that's
while.
fine.
Yes.
Of course. And then a few months later, my ex-friend gets a text message from the mutual friend going, hey, so I just thought I would let you know, Boring Ben and I have been dating now for probably like 3 months.
Okay.
And we're getting really serious. And I think that we're probably going to move in together.
Ooh.
And yes, and we're just telling you. Now, I had a bit more respect for her that she had come and told her.
Yes.
She
Yes.
didn't
I do
just-
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
still
then
a
also you didn't come
horrible
and tell
thing
me
to
at
do.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
also
just-
you tell me at the beginning.
I feel like
You don't tell me when you're in love.
are there really such few men in the world that we need to, like, can we not stop ourselves from pursuing or being pursued by a man
Babe,
that has dated our friend?
babe, I think it's a subculture, because I have a friend
A
and she was
subculture.
like, yeah, I think it's a subculture, because I think one of my friends, she was like, yeah, growing up, I dated all of my friends' ex-boyfriends. Like,
Ooh.
it was something totally acceptable for us to do. And they
Okay.
slept with mine, I slept with theirs.
I do feel
I
like
said,
that happens
"Oh."
in some friend groups, that everybody ends up like fucking each
Yeah,
other.
it's a subculture.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never belonged to one of those though, so I wouldn't know.
And neither have I. God forbid. And I'm someone who, I just have to hear that my friend likes you. I'm not gonna come near you at all. Like, at all, because I'm not gonna destroy my friendship over a man.
You know, I
Over a
actually had
slimy
someone
man?
in my life who I alternated Mohammed breakups with, essentially. So like whenever I'd break up with Mohammed, he was like there, essentially, in one way or another, and we'd hook up. And it's a long story with him. We were never actually boyfriend and girlfriend, but like he was in my life for so many years. Once I knew, even though he owed me nothing, and even though every time he asked me to be his girlfriend, I didn't want to be. Once I knew that he had made out with one of my friends, I was like, oh, I will never. This man has asked me to get back together or like date again. Like again, we were never boyfriend and girlfriend, but like to try things again. He has come out to meet me in like different countries and stuff like that. Is this whole story. But the fact that I know that he made out with his friend, for me, I'm just like, I could never like respect him enough
You're
to
so
have a formal
gross.
relationship with. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's like very, I don't know. Am I a prude? Every time that I come to these conclusions, I'm like, am I
No,
too
you're not.
stiff? Like, I just don't know.
No, you're not.
It's just,
You're
it's not for me. I don't care if
Because-
you've made out with every other woman on earth, you know, just like
Mhm.
not my friends and my circle of friends. I don't know.
No, I completely agree with you, because now I'm thinking about how you're breaking my back in bed.
Aha.
And I'm thinking, did you break my friend's back that way? No, God forbid.
Did you say the same
No,
things?
no.
Like, I can't. And the thing is
No.
that I have a big mouth, Loretta. And I talk a lot. I talk a fucking lot. And so the fact that like my friends know the shape of your dick, you know, like it's just, so the fact that like now it's weird for me. It's
No.
weird that
Mm-mm.
no.
It could not be me.
I can't wrap my head around
And I
it.
just, yeah. And I think the women who do that, because I don't know if you saw, but a woman in the US, her friend was having a hard time, so she moved her friend into her house and she lived with her husband. And the friend literally strategized to steal this woman's husband from her, and the woman did. And also, I know people say this, I know people are like, a man can't be stolen, a man can leave. Bitch, both of those things are true. But a man just leaves, and the man can also be stolen. Like,
right. Okay.
men are dumb. They can be led
No,
astray.
and some people like strategize. Like they
Yeah,
put in the
yeah.
fucking work. Yes.
And so the friend had strategized, took the husband from her. They then got married. And imagine it, like, she's in my house. Imagine you're in my house. I'm putting you up. I'm feeding you. I'm doing all the things I'm meant to do. You're literally going, I want this man for myself. And you go and you take him. And then the woman then sues her friend and wins.
Oh,
because she was
for
like,
what?
no. Yeah. I think it was like for the destruction of her home or something like that.
Wow, okay.
And then the friend was then backtracking, going, oh no, we reconnected after your relationship was over. And then
for sure,
it was so many text messages. It was so many text messages where it was like, we were still in a loving relationship and you just said, listen, I want him for myself. And I think there are certain people who are like that.
I do
and
agree.
I just personally, I could not do that. I could not do. Some friends, you come and you're like, I dated Charles and we dated for a year, and then he had like gone to Asia, and then he had come back, and I was like, oh, hey, do you want to hang out this weekend? He was like, oh my God, yeah, sure. I've been a bit ill, but if I feel good, I'll come and see you.
Okay.
And then Annie, one year I was with him, and then I like opened my phone the next day. Annie, he blocked me.
Oh, Loretta.
he had blocked me. And so, and I had quite strong feelings for him.
I'm like so shocked. Okay.
And if you came to me, you, Annie, and you said, hey, I really want to date Charles. You know, I like him a lot. That's never going to happen because he just got engaged to someone else. But I would actually be totally fine with that.
Okay.
I don't want to hear the ins and outs of your relationship. No. But also, he didn't treat me that badly. What he did was so fucked up. But when I tell you, I gave this motherfucker a piece of my fucking mind.
Good.
Right?
In the mail?
Got the talk down. No. Oh no. And so like when he blocked me on WhatsApp, and then I like went onto Instagram.
Okay, good.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I'm dating someone seriously now.
Oh,
and I didn't know how to tell you. And then he was like, I've still got your glasses or something like that. He was like, I've still got your glasses. Like,
are they sunglasses or seeing glasses?
Seeing glasses.
Fuck!
Can you fucking imagine?
Like you need those back.
Exactly. And then so he said that to me. He's like, yeah, I've still got your glasses, so let's get coffee and then I'll give you your glasses. He then blocks me again on Instagram. And then I said, this motherfucker. And it's not, it's as if like I'm asking to see you, you're asking to see me. And then I go onto Facebook, and I think I literally say on Facebook, I am going to tell your mum. I know who your mum is. I'm going to tell your mum if you block me again. And he didn't block me again.
Good.
And so we did meet face to face. And I gave him such a good talking to. And I was like, I was having already such a difficult time, and then you came and you shit on my head, basically. That is what you did. And when I tell you, Annie, he grew to become such an incredible person and partner to another human being, to another woman.
My lord.
And he was like, yeah, what I did to you, I've done to so many women, but you're the only person to ever sit me down and actually tell me how much it hurt them. He was like, I've blocked loads of women.
Okay.
So I've just stopped speaking to loads of women.
Like that's his
And like
MO.
now he's fucking engaged. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But so like if you came to me and you were like, okay, I really want to date him, I don't want to hear the ins and outs of it, but we could still be friends.
Okay.
With someone like him, we could still be friends. With someone like Matthew, I could be your maid of honor. Right? With someone like Reeve, where I may have technically sort of perhaps cheated on him that he doesn't know about. Allegedly. I didn't cheat on him. We weren't together that long. We weren't official, but I did let someone else finger me. So I don't know.
It counts. I'm gonna say that. Okay.
And if you want to date him, that's fine. But if you come and you're like, oh, I want to date Ade, or I want to date any, no,
hard now.
Our friendship is over. But then I have a lot of respect for you for coming to tell me.
I do think also, I think there's the category of the person you dated. So whether you love them and how much, if there was heartbreak and in which direction, if they were a good person or a bad person, because it's also kind of like shocking that somebody would want to actively date someone that was a terrible person to you. And then also just kind of like what you wish for them and their future sort of thing. I think these all are little like intersections. And then there's also just like the fact of how close you are to this friend, how much this friend knew about the relationship in real time, you know, because like sometimes it's somebody, let's say like us, we just met, right? Like I didn't go through like all these relationships in real time with you. If I happen to meet this guy separately, fair. You're just like, oh my God, I think I'm dating somebody that you dated. Like, I think the sneaky factor is very big also. Like how much, what you were talking about, like, were you strategizing? Were you trying to take this man out from under me? Like, were you actively flirting with him while we were all going out and he was my boyfriend. There's like levels there that add a little complexity. This woman, your friend is living in your house? Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, Sue.
Sicko.
Sue and Sue for everything. You know who else was living in whose house?
Tell me.
Lorde. Lorde moved into Lena Dunham's and Jack Antonoff's house. And then Jack and Lorde cheated on Lena Dunham together. Lena Dunham also cheated on Jack, apparently. Have you heard about this whole dynamic?
So I'm not going to lie. Our producer has just had to tell me who Jack is because I went, who are you?
Yes. Yes.
I know who Lena Dunham is. I know who Lorde is.
Okay.
Lena's controversial, but sure.
Uh-huh.
But Jack, who are you? Who are you?
Yes.
Jack, who are you? And how are you getting all these women?
Glad to explain. I know a little bit about the story from different angles. So I am a big Swiftie and Jack Antonoff has been one of like her main producers. So like there's a lot I've learned through like the Taylor Swift verse, if you will, about Jack Antonoff. Lena Dunham, of course, like we know who she is, you know, from Girls Fame and her book and like all of her like, there's actually an article that says all of the times that Lena Dunham apologized in 2016. She keeps having to apologize. Like she,
oh my God, no, she makes so many mistakes.
She's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. And then Lorde, I don't know, Royals, New Zealand singer. That's essentially what I know about her. However, I do have to say, there was this viral PowerPoint in 2018. Why am I speaking with such property? For the first time for this podcast, episode 9, I did slight research. Don't quote me on anything. But I did
all
use
vibes, some
Google,
research.
Some research. So in 2018, this person by the Twitter user handle BuzzKillery, her real name is Hillary Benton, made this 29 slide PowerPoint describing the entire love triangle happening between Lena Dunham, Jack Antonoff, and Lorde. For her, very research, but also very vibes. Like, so much of it is not confirmed, but she was just like, I know they fucked, like, Jack and Lorde, and I can prove it, sort of thing. And so she kind of, like, got, like, all of these timelines together. This was very viral at the time. And now Lena Dunham has a new book that she just published, which I believe is called Famesick. And in the book, she talks about a teen starlet that was living in her house working with her husband, Lorde. We know now. Like, she never says it by name, but like we know it's Lorde.
Okay.
And Lena Dunham talks about cheating on Jack at the time and how she was always a very flirty person, but she had strong boundaries essentially. Like, she knew which boundaries not to cross. But there's a quote where she says something to the effect of, but Jack was comfortable crossing those lines at that time, so was I, sort of thing. So it's like a slight confirmation of, like, okay, well, you know, he did this, so I guess I did it too. She says she observed careful boundaries. I'm gonna quote it. If I wanted to look, perhaps I might have seen that Jack was not observing them as closely as I was. That's her actual quote.
Okay.
So it's like almost 10 years later, 8 years later, Lena has slightly confirmed for the people that Jack and Lorde did fuck. And so to summarize a bit of like the story, he's a music producer. He is of Bleachers fame. I don't know if you remember Fun as well.
Who?
Jack
Who's
Antonoff.
Bleachers? Who?
Bleachers. I Want to Get Better. That's a really good song.
Is Bleachers a band?
It's a band. They have really good songs.
Okay.
And there's also a band called Fun. I think it's Fun period. Like, they have a period. It's called Fun period.
Okay, them I've heard of.
Yes.
Yeah,
so he's one of the people in that band as well.
Oh.
Exactly. The thing is that when you're in a band, nobody knows who the fuck, you know, the individuals that are in there are. He's one of them. Yeah. I do believe he's a great musical producer, and he's produced great albums, including some of the Taylor Swift music that is very famous, and Lorde's Melodrama. So Lorde's Melodrama was supposedly about her ex, who, by the way, was 24 while she was 16. Tisk tisk.
Oh, we don't like that.
We don't love it.
We don't like that.
There's even a quote I read from her mother being like, oh, well, he was lovely, so we thought, why not? Something like that. And it's just like, well, Mom, maybe not. Her name is Sonia. I learned during my light research about this whole situation. And so essentially what happens, Lorde was still a teenager. She moves into their place because, like, Jack has...
Where was her mum? Where was her dad?
Not there. New Zealand, maybe? I don't know if they traveled at all with her.
Okay. Sorry, carry on, but where are your parents?
That part of my research is flawed. And so Jack has a home studio, so she moves in with Lena and Jack. Listen, there's a quote from Lena saying that she would call her Aunt Lena.
No.
The disrespect. It reminded me a little bit of like the whole like Mama Ana, Papa Mohammed sort of thing, where it was just like you are painting out this dynamic of like you're like this like older woman in my life sort of thing, but you're still going for my fucking man. You know, like the spirit of it, disgusting. And so essentially you can find it if you look up like the Lorde, Jack Antonoff, Lena Dunham PowerPoint, you will find it. It's available, all 29 slides of it. It's really good. It's really funny. She talks about how Lena Dunham, during the 18 months that Lorde lived in this house, Lena Dunham was also working in the Hillary Clinton campaign.
18 months?
18! It took them to produce the album. She was working for the Hillary Clinton campaign. This person claims that the election was lost to Trump because she was too distracted by what was going on at home.
Okay, sure.
Yes, so it's traumatic to say the least. There's also like little bits of like sprinkles of like the Taylor Swift universe there as well, because she used to be friends with both Lorde and Lena Dunham. One of the possibilities is that she introduced like both girls and then Jack to Lorde and made this kind of happen, not that she wanted it to happen. Mm-hmm. And nowadays Taylor Swift is friends with Lena but not with Lorde, and obviously with Jack because like they keep working together. Jack and Lena have separated. Jack has gone off to marry somebody else, and so has Lena. But yeah, so that is a bit of like the groundwork, the gossip of what happened in that relationship.
Okay. My questions still stand.
The
Lorde,
parents?
where was your mummy and daddy? Yeah, where was your mummy and daddy?
I think mommy was like,
16?
We're gonna be rich. Fuck Jack Antonoff.
16, living with a 24-year-old? I'm sorry, that's giving R. Kelly. Where's your mum?
16, 24-year-old was the ex-boyfriend. I think at the time maybe she was 17 or 19 or something. And like Jack was like, I think like 36. Like it's not even like, it's pretty terrible. let me go back. The age gap, yes. So he was 34 and no. Give me 2 seconds. It's 13 years. I'm looking at the PowerPoint right now. The age difference is 13 years. I think she was 19 when she was living there.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So she was 16 when she was dating the 24-year-old who was somebody else. And then she was, I think, 19 living with him and his wife, by all means. And so he would have been, I think, 32. That's weird. That's fucking weird.
My follow-up questions are then... Lena Dunham is so messy.
So messy.
Like, if you've heard some of the stuff that she said and some of the stuff, and I don't want to victim blame because I don't want to ever say, how are you finding yourself in these situations? Like the stuff with Adam Driver.
What a coincidence.
Sis.
What is the Adam Driver is up? The chair thing. You told me about that, right?
Yeah, the chair thing.
Yes.
Yeah, where he threw the chair.
Why are we laughing? We don't support this, but it's
it's not funny at all. But then I think about, so Lena is essentially saying that she cheated on Jack, but Jack was doing it first.
Exactly.
Jack was like, hey babe. And so that makes me think, so quick segue, but I'm sure that you listened to Lily Allen's new album, which came out last year.
How good.
Right?
How?
Madeline.
Oh my God. And who the fuck is Madeline? And the fact that she knows how to do it, Loretta. She doesn't say real names, even though it was Natalie in the end and like this girl came back. She's not about to get sued while we are.
I'm not getting sued. No.
The storytelling.
No, because for us to get sued.
Yes.
No. Because for us to get sued, you have to come up and then admit that you did this horrible thing to me. That's the thing.
True. I like it.
That's the thing. And you're never going to do that. That's the thing.
Okay, good.
You see?
Yeah. It works.
And so someone said something kind of interesting. So obviously David
whatever his
Harbour.
name. I don't know.
I was going to say Hopper, but that's from Stranger Things.
I think that's somebody else.
No, Hopper's... David Hasselhoff is a person as well. But Hopper is who he is in Stranger Things. No spoilers, please. And then... But
Harbour. Yeah, our producer.
Harbour.
Our producer is just whispering into our ear.
And so he was obviously cheating on her, and he was just like, he waited for her to leave for London. Everyone knows the story. He waited for her to leave for London, and then he was like, I have to have an open marriage. I'm sorry.
Yes,
And so he blindsided her, blah, blah, blah. But then, Annie, somebody said something on a Facebook comment that I saw.
Oh, I love me a Facebook comment. What
is it?
Things
are crazy there. Someone was like, but didn't Lily Allen sleep with Noel Gallagher when he was married?
Yes. From, is it Oasis?
Yeah.
The Gallaghers?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so,
yes.
and I'm not saying that Lily does not deserve this.
No.
Of course not.
And can we accept that in a way, I think, that each relationship is its own universe.
Oh, I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Okay,
no,
bring
because
it.
I think that, like, if you do something, one of the things that my childhood friend said to me, not the bastard that slept with my ex-boyfriend,
not that
better
bastard.
childhood friend.
But another bastard.
One of the things she said to me, I was telling her once, maybe like 10 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, so like I've been single for a little while and I feel like things aren't really like going right. And then I remember she was like, oh yeah, maybe you're still working through all your bad karma. And I said, oh, but I've been single a while. And then she went, maybe you're not done yet. Maybe.
Okay.
And then it
That's
really
wise.
made me think, Annie, about all the questionable things I have done in relationships.
Okay.
Like when I apparently cheated on Reeve, which I
Allegedly.
don't think I cheated on him. We were together, we were there for it was 3 weeks, Annie. It was 3 little weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then 3 little weeks. But then also, if he had done it to me, I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
And I think
Which
about all the
says a lot.
times, where like I've slept with people who have like had like been in relationships.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've done all these things. And I remember my friend was like, yeah, maybe you're working through all of that. And so I kind of feel like that with Lily.
Okay.
Because I'm like, you went and you threw a bomb into someone's marriage.
Yes.
And now someone has come to throw bombs into your marriage. And that's why I think I disagree
Yes.
that they're not just separate universes.
Okay.
Someone who is more willing to forgive themselves and not be such a hard person on themselves would maybe be like, yeah, but I've moved on from that. I've sought forgiveness. It doesn't mean that I deserved to, you know, be treated like shit, which is also true as well.
Right.
And so, like, with Lily and with Lena Dunham, I just don't know. I just feel like I really think that the universe always works to correct itself
I think
in situations like this.
the way that I was looking at it was so that because she thought it was okay to cheat at one point, she has to. I think her feelings are valid, essentially, is what I'm thinking. And that maybe, like, not every relationship is the same. And so things that you did in your youth are not the same that you're doing in your 40s. That's where I feel like there's, like, the disconnect for me. But also, I do think karma is very real. So, like, once you word it like this, I'm like, yeah, actually, fuck, she fucked up. She did something terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think you are right, because I think it's that, do you think that you should be punished for something that you did when you were 21 or 24
Correct.
or 14?
Correct. Exactly.
and
again, and that
those
maybe
things are really
things
important.
that you thought were okay. This is not just the cheating part, but let's say, for example, that at one point you thought that it was okay to have one type of relationship with one partner. I think you're allowed to have a different type of relationship in your next relationship and be like, no, actually, I'm not down for that. So that's where I was coming from, in the sense of, like, you can transform your style and your taste and be like, yeah, well, I was okay with that at one point, but now I'm not. But then, of course, I completely missed the fact that she was, like, the one coming in and disrupting this marriage that did exist and that did have these rules. So there is, like, a karmic element to it. Yeah.
And I think this all kind of just feeds into just how toxic we can be as people and how problematic we can be. I'm still working through my bad karma, baby. But it gets me to thinking, you know, on the notion of toxicity. Do you think that if you're a jealous person, you're automatically a toxic person?
Loretta, I have had different opinions about jealousy throughout my life. So when I was younger, I thought if a man wasn't jealous, he didn't care enough about me.
Oh.
Yes. So I would drop seeds, you know, and, like, I would just be like, oh, like, you know, like,
seeds.
I had a guy friend would text me and I would slightly leave the phone for him to see that a man was texting me. And if I didn't see,
seeds?
I mean, it is what it is. A girl hasn't been healthy her whole life. A girl isn't healthy now.
I'm dead.
But yeah, so I would take it as, like, a terrible sign if a man wasn't jealous of other men in my life or the way that they treated me. And then I dealt with actual fucking jealousy, controlling jealousy, dangerous jealousy. And I was like, never again. Never, like, I never want to feel like jealousy now scares the shit out of me, because I know it can start small, but it kind of, like, festers.
So you were the jealous one, or they were the jealous one?
They were. So for me, if he didn't feel jealous, he didn't care about me, right? So I always thought out little ways to make him a little jealous, to see if, like, he cared about me. But it was a reality. But now, when I notice jealousy in a man, that is something that really scares me. Again, because I've seen the extent of it. And it's a spectrum, right? Like, it's okay to be, like, a little jealous, I'm sure. But, like,
no, I agree.
Because I saw, like, the scary, nasty part of it, it really triggers that for me. I don't want somebody to be a jealous man. So for me, it's hard to separated from toxicity when it comes from a partner. On my end, I don't have the jealous gene. I don't know. I feel like somebody that's is gonna cheat on you anyway, no matter what you do. This is terrible, and I hope she never listens to this episode because like she was a lovely girl. But my brother had an ex-girlfriend who was so fucking jealous that at one point I was like, you should fucking cheat on her. Because like he is a serious monogamer. Like my brother is the most like monogamous human on earth.
Monogamous.
Oh my god, it's fucking insane. I remember being at a restaurant with him in fucking Rome. Italian waiters are designed to be flirty. Like that is part of their personality. And so I was like, ha ha ha, he with him, you know? And my brother was like, Ana Maria, you have a boyfriend. Like, respect yourself.
Not Ana Maria.
He doesn't look to another. He's very, very monogamous. And so the fact that this girl was so jealous and so controlling of his every move while he wasn't doing anything, I was like, teach her a fucking lesson. I was like, I'm done. We're gonna find you someone. Like, you better cheat.
Maybe you're working through your bad karma.
Maybe. He didn't do it, right? But I was just like, oh my God, so controlling and again, so toxic. But for me, I don't care. We've talked about it. I do think there are certain things that are disrespectful. Again, I wouldn't let my friend date my ex. Maybe that is jealousy, right? But I never get to a point of being like, I don't know, like controlling and like overly jealous or like crying over, because I have friends that will like really get upset about these things. And I don't fully get there. Maybe because I don't really know how to love. No, I'm joking. Maybe because I've been broken since my last love and I never loved again. But yeah, so
That could be it as well.
That could be it. That could totally be it. But I don't care that much. So that's why for me, when I do sense the jealousy in somebody else, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Where do you stand on it?
So I think I am a medium level jealous person. So, and I think I've said this before. You want to go hang out with your female friend, slay. You have a friend that you used to date and now you're still friends. You want to go hang out with her, be my fucking guest. If you give me even an inkling that parts of your body were inside parts of their body. No. I'm going to put you through quiet hell as well. Ooh. That's the thing with me. I'm going to show you pure hell for a long time. I'm not just going to have a little argument with you. Any little thing, and I'm going to be like, and that's what happens when you fuck Vanessa, isn't it? And you're not going to know peace in your own home. And I know that's toxic. Julian's going to listen to this. Julian Beltran's going to listen to this.
We love you,
He's
Julian.
going to be like, that's Loretta. That's my bestie. That's my bestie who's toxic.
Yes.
And I'm growing as a person. I think the me who I am now, if you do something like that, we're going to deal with it right there in the moment, whether that's a breakup, whether that's we move through it. I'm not going to torture you. Whereas I think I was in the past someone who tortured people. Yes. And so I think I'm a medium level jealous. Like
so
I spoke
you
before,
would
I think
fully like Gone Girl a man.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. I would hide you.
I have stayed before.
Yes.
No.
You can stay in my house while you're pretending to be dead. Like, it's good.
Right?
Yeah.
And I would just be like, no. Because I find what you said at the beginning was perfect, which was that if a man's going to cheat on you, he's going to cheat on you. There's nothing that you can actually do to stop it.
Absolutely.
You know? And so for me, it's just don't toe the line of this. And listen, you're at a party, you're a bit flirtatious with someone. I love it. I want to hear about it. That's what I mean by I'm super chilled.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear about my ex-boyfriend, for example, was bi.
Okay.
And all I could think to myself was, okay, that means that you and I have to have anal sex because you are not going to tell me that you're missing Santos.
Yes.
I cannot hear that.
Yes,
and I used to ask her, like, I used to literally be like, yes. And so... And I was someone who I was like, okay, tell me who the best person who did this with you was. And then they'll be like, oh, maybe it was you or maybe it was someone else. And I don't feel jealous about that at all. If it happened before me, I literally do not care.
I have a question, Loretta, about the relationship in particular with a bi man. Does it make a difference for you if the third person, let's say that he might be flirting with, talking to, or if there were to be a hookup, was a man or a woman, or do all the rules apply across the board?
No, for me, they apply across the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Just another human being.
Exactly, yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah, I agree. Because I do know of people that are like, oh, well, like, if it's with a guy, then it's like none of my business. And I'm like, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
it's part of my business.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
I would
very
be
much
just
my
as upset.
business. Yes.
Yeah. That's my body that you're giving out
Yeah.
to Juan Felipe.
Correcto.
You better
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
And so I find that if it happened before me, I really do not care. For me,
same.
it's fine.
Same.
If it happened in them early days where we were together, like, you know, like when I dated Reeve for 3 weeks and apparently I cheated on him. If it happened in them early days.
Then okay, that I feel like the early days are a gray zone though.
They really are.
That's so hard. I have
They
a friend,
really,
she
really,
plays
really
the
are.
podcast, so I'm not saying her name, but you know who you are, baby. I love you. But she was on Bumble, and on Bumble, one talks to several a person, you know? So she was talking to
That's
several
true.
guys, dating several guys at the same time, but like dating where you're going out on like those initial dates. And I do know that the person that became her boyfriend and then husband, actually, when he found out about the people that she was talking to at the same time as him at the beginning, he was very upset about it. And that was so hard
get
for her
that.
because she was just like, because I think he knew immediately. They met and he was like, this is my wife, you know, and he
This
would
my
say
girl,
it, yeah. But for her, she was like, LOL a little bit at the beginning. And it's hard.
I get
It's
that
hard.
too. I get that as well. Yeah. I think it's a gray zone.
Yeah.
And I think that you're just doing the best that you can.
Mhm.
And you cannot expect people to feel what you feel when you want them to feel it.
That's
And that
the
was
thing.
a very hard lesson
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Because maybe I was like your friend's husband and I was like, oh my God, this is my human
This
being.
is the
that I'm
one.
shackled
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Whereas
yes.
they might be like,
I'm
I've got
getting to
things
know
from the
this
past, or
person.
I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it's a little bit, you know, it's a bit rocky. So like Reeve, if you ever listen to this, babes, it was a grey area. It was
Yes,
a grey, and
yes,
also he
it
did
was.
not treat me that well as well.
Ah, so
But
fuck
also
Reeve, yeah.
I was very young, and you know, I could have been better. I could have communicated, and I think that's where it comes down to. It comes down to communication, because I think it's fine
Yes.
to feel jealous. Like there are times where I have felt jealous, and I have figuratively pulled my own teeth to just come to my partner and say, "This makes me feel really uncomfortable. I
Yes.
am not okay with it.
Uh-huh.
Let's just talk about it." And maybe we need to set up different boundaries, or maybe I need reassurance, or I need to reassure myself. And I think that's how you get through it. Whereas I think some people, like I have a friend who I think I mentioned in episode 3,
Yeah.
who she was like, I won't even let my boyfriend walk his female friend to her
Oh,
house.
yes.
Like,
yes, I
absolutely
remember
not.
this.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And she was saying to me, she was like, yeah, I'm a really, really, really jealous person. And she kind of gave me the impression that like perhaps there's a little bit of like toxicity in that.
Of course.
Because
Yeah.
it's more like, and I think for her, she was just like, it's because men are sick. And listen, baby, I'm the number one hater of a man.
I mean, we know they are.
I mean, you make a club, I'm a join.
I
Man
have
hating.
a quick cultural question for you, Loretta.
Tell
in
me.
Britain or in France, because you've lived there, in Nigeria, you know the context of like all of these places, are there conversations about exclusivity or no?
Okay, so in British culture, you have a conversation about exclusivity. So a person is not your significant other until they have asked you. And in heteronormative relationships, if the man has not asked you to be his girlfriend, then you're not his girlfriend.
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
It doesn't matter who you meet. It doesn't matter who you're chilling with. It doesn't matter at all. You're not his girlfriend.
Perfect.
In Nigerian culture, I have very limited scope to that because I've dated Nigerian men. I've dated men that live in Nigeria. And baby, they love a love bomb. I'm talking the end of the first date. Baby, you know I love you.
Yes,
that's what they're going to say to you on the first date.
Yes.
And so I think there, from the moment you're dating someone, the moment you've kind of gone out on a first date, you perhaps shouldn't be dating anyone else. You should be seeing how things are going with this one singular person.
Okay.
Perhaps things are different in the younger generation.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course. That's like the context that you're like aware of.
Yeah. What's it like in Colombian culture?
I don't know.
Because I've dated a Colombian.
I actually don't know.
I've dated a Colombian. And I feel like you have a conversation. You have a conversation. No. You do. I think you have a conversation because I had a conversation.
Okay.
Because there were some blurred lines at the beginning in that grey zone where I was like head over heels and they were kind of like, okay.
Right.
Perhaps.
Okay. A distinction that was important for me to learn about in Canada was that you can be exclusive without being boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's kind of why I was asking.
That's a scam. That's a scam. That's a scam.
Say no. Say
that's
no.
a Ponzi scheme. No. That's a Ponzi scheme.
But
The fuck?
It's two separate conversations. Whether you become exclusive, and then if you, like, I've been exclusive with men that I don't consider were my boyfriends. And I think it's just kind of like a pre-stage where you're already dedicating your time, energy, and body to like this one person and deciding if you're going to date them fully or not. Whereas I feel like in other places, exclusivity automatically means we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Because that's what it means, Annie. That's a scam. That's a Canadian scam.
I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's just been my situation, but I like the sub phase.
You do?
Yeah. Is that terrible?
Okay. Let me think about my last relationship. So we became exclusive, and then as we worked toward, I think we kind of did what you're actually describing. So maybe I understand. Because we became exclusive, and then we dated for a very long time. But like, Annie, when I say that we were very, very serious, from the moment we were exclusive,
like hardcore,
you might as well, you might as well have just said that
you were together from the get-go.
Because I feel like when you say that we're exclusive, but I'm not your girlfriend, you're basically, what are you saying? What am I meeting your friends? Am I meeting your family? What are you saying when you?
I would say
bump into
no.
People? Are you?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's why I feel like it's a bit of a con, because I feel like it's a way for you to trap the other person. And go, I better not see you with someone else. But also, you ain't technically mine, yeah?
Look at me being a scammer. I'm into it. Finally.
No, but like, yeah, babe, I don't know. And I know people have loads of different rules. And I think the point I'm trying to make on this is that when you are in a relationship, you make all of your own rules. I think that is totally your choice.
Absolutely.
I have a friend who, she has a rule, which is that none of her friends or her family will meet her partner until they're like 3 months out from the wedding. She was like, I refuse.
I'm a little
None
like
of
that.
My girlfriends are meeting him.
Not friends, but family. I'm a little like, when we're having our 5th child, they'll know who you are. Yes.
But then, and so I found that really interesting, because I was like, oh, my friends meet my partners all the time. And she was like, no, my friends do not meet my partners.
Friends impossible. Like, friends have to. Like, you can't be completely isolated with just your boyfriend always. You know, like, you have to be able to like bring them out.
And so she was like, I will talk to you about him. You're gonna know he exists, but you're not meeting him literally ever. And I don't know if that's a trust issue about, you know, the story that I told in the beginning about the friend moving in and stealing her man.
Right.
I don't know if it's got something to do with that. But I think it's,
I mean, that's
an element
that could be an option. Yeah.
No, that was crazy.
That's insane. That would fuck me up.
Crazy.
Yes.
And I think you just have to decide for yourself what you think your rules are. I think some people have boundaries of like, you're not sleeping at anyone's house, or one of my girlfriends, her ex-boyfriend had a rule of, I don't want to ever meet anyone you've ever had sex with ever, even if they're still friends with you. Me and that person will never ever be in the same room. That's a tough one too. Yes. It's not that tough for me, but it was tough for her.
Right.
But that was a rule that she had, and I find that as long as you're communicating it and the other person is willingly agreeing, I don't think you're toxic.
I agree.
I'm going to go that far. I'm going to make a declaration.
The DIY-ness of a relationship, which is extremely like DIY. Every relationship you have to kind of like build with the context of it. Let's say, for example, you have this opinion about like not being around people you fucked, which I think it's pretty radical. What if like one of them is in your group of friends? Does that mean that your boyfriend has to leave their group of friends because like he slept with somebody that was there before? So I think every situation kind of has to be like assessed on a needs basis sort of thing.
So in this specific situation, the guy that my friend had slept with was part of our group of friends. So I was in the group, the guy was in the group, and then the boyfriend, so then when it was her birthday, she would just not invite me and not invite the old guy, because she was like, I can't invite you and not invite him. It's going to look so weird.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you the full truth, Loretta, and say, this is why I'm not inviting you, because I want to keep peace in my home. Right. I think that's nuts. I feel like that's absurd, you know?
That's intense. Yeah.
But that is, it's super intense. They're not together anymore. But that's the point that it comes to. But she seemed fine with it. At no point did she complain. At no point did she go, oh my God, hey, you're bored. I can't be bothered. No, never.
It's just the law of the land of the relationship. Yeah. I think what you're saying about kind of like the communicating aspect is definitely the defining factor between feelings that are valid and toxicity, because there is, in communicating, I think it's also like there's a negotiation, right? You can't just say this is the way it is and the other partner has to automatically agree,
Of
right?
course.
So you're like, I don't feel comfortable with this and this and this because of this and this and that, and maybe your partner's gonna be like, you know what, noted, got it, it doesn't matter that much to me, I'd rather have you be happy than have to hang out with this person. Or they're gonna be like, listen, this person doesn't matter to me, nothing ever is gonna happen again, like I'll make sure that I, you know, like we don't hug too tightly when I see her, you know, like whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I think the toxicity level of it is kind of like everything that goes unspoken, and again, more festery, and adding that level of destruction almost to the relationship.
And I think the other person just fully needs to be on board with what you're doing, because I think you have the other side of the spectrum where people are in polyamorous relationships. And obviously elements of jealousy still go on in relationships like that. And I am not very qualified to be talking about this.
And listen, like jealousy exists with like your partner's mother. Maybe they're spending too much time with them. It exists with like their buddies that are going out for...
That's a rough one.
That's right. Like that's a whole sort of thing. I think here obviously we're talking about like possible sexual partners, if you will.
Heteronormativo.
Yeah, exactly. But jealousy feelings are heteronormative. It's so hard to say heteronormative. But jealousy feelings are normal. Are normal in
they are.
Any sort of scenario. The thing is like, okay, well, how are you navigating them?
Of course. And I think the advice that we're giving, because this has become an advice podcast suddenly.
Because we are so wise, Loretta.
We are. We really are. We've been through a lot. Combined, we have a combined
healthy,
age.
Healed, how else? What a wise, healthy,
healed,
hopeful, live, laugh, love.
Hopeful.
XOXO.
And this applies to like all types of relationships. If you're jealous of a friend, if a friend has just got a promotion, and you burn on the inside, take it easy with how you tell your friend, of course, because sometimes I feel like you can treat your partner sometimes like a rag when you're telling them something.
Absolutely.
But like a friend, really care for your friendships. I think that's very important.
Yes,
with a partner, you could probably be a bit more emotional. But if you're jealous of a friend's gotten a promotion, or like friends just bought a new home, or friends done this, I think that you can find a way. Those situations also I think are different as well, because it's not something that I am doing to you. I did not buy a house to kill you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So maybe then you need to talk about it to somebody else. But I feel like you can work through these things. You could talk to your therapist, or you could, if you have a really good friendship, you can say like, oh, like, I'm so happy for you. I wish I had the same.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
However, you know
jealousy is very normal.
Yes.
Yeah, jealousy is normal, but acting crazy is not. And we love a bit of crazy. I'm the queen of crazy.
It's such a good story, but it's all the burnt bodies that are left behind is what's unfortunate. But listen,
I know.
I would love to talk about some Bernies, but I really gotta go. Can you call me later?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello? No, pero llámame ya.
Wait, who are these people? Who's Jack? Wait! Lena Dunham, Jack Antonoff. Is it Antonoff and Lorde?
Yeah.
The triangle? Do we call it a triangle? Love triangle?
An introduction to the Lena Dunham, Jack Antonoff, and Lorde love triangle. Something like that. Does that work?
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. Bye.
Again.